Coming to you from the Fishbowl Radio Network inside Globe Life Stadium in Arlington, Texas. This is the Boardroom with JaCoy James Pugh, LaToya Barrow, and Faustina Nkwacha. Executive producer, Cindy B.
Hey. This is the Boardroom. This is the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street, Inc. This is your girl, JaCoy James Pugh.
And this is LaToya Barrow. How y'all doing?
And I'm Faustina Nkwacha. Welcome to the Boardroom, everyone.
Hey, look, we are excited. I know I'm excited. I'm always jumping ahead. I got to give props to our executive producer, Cindy B. I get excited. I'll just be ready to go. I miss my girls on Mondays.
I know. This virtual situation is cool, but yeah, I miss y'all, seeing y'all in person.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we are back together again, the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated. And we are going to talk about, we have an amazing guest today. But before we get into that, I mean, it just gets gooder and gooder and gooder, y'all. If y'all are not tuning in, you really need to tune in, okay? Yes. Because you're missing a wonderful treat. Yeah. But before we get into all of that nitty gritty, let's talk a little bit about the Boardroom Radio Show. This is a platform that challenges and disrupts the norm in the business world, giving a voice and permission to the Black female business owner. And Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated, Faustina, tell people who we are and what we are about.
Oh, JaCoy, listen, we are a 501c3 entrepreneurial development organization, and our mission is to empower Black women by providing startup business training, financial literacy, and education so that they can impact local and global communities. And that's what we're about. And we want to make sure that you all know that we are really, really, really passionate and unapologetic about supporting Black women in business. And so there's a lot of opportunities for you all to invest in us, not just donate, but invest in us. Because when you invest in Black Women's Wall Street, Inc., you invest in the women that we serve. We have commercial radio spots for the Boardroom. Keep us in air so that we can keep bringing up these phenomenal women as our guests, and we can continue to have these amazing conversations. We also have our Idea to Inception program going on right now. If you want to sponsor one of our women, and we only have 2 more sessions left, please go to our website, www.blackwomen'swallstreet.org, and LaToya will tell you a little bit more about how you can connect with us. But we're also into our capacity building. We have a number of phenomenal events coming up. First of all, next month is our ultimate networking event, Saturday, September 25th, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. What did I say Saturday? September 25th, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the amazing and phenomenal showroom floor of the Park Place Motor Cars in Arlington, Texas. So come join us and be a vendor. And if you want to network, to build your network, join us next month. Plus, we have our I2I Gala in October, where we celebrate the women graduating from our Idea to Inception, our I2I program. So LaToya, please tell everybody how they can connect and join us for our networking event and gala.
Absolutely. Y'all. So you can connect with us on our website. That is www.blackwomen'swallstreet.org/the boardroom. And women is plural
and possessive.
Yes, absolutely. You can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at the Boardroom Radio Show. On Twitter, we are at Boardroom_radio, and on LinkedIn at the Boardroom Radio.
All right. So you heard it here first. Black Women's Wall Street, Inc., we are having a mixer that's going to be Saturday, September 25th on the showroom floor of Park Place Motor Cars in Arlington. So we have tickets for sale. You can go on to Eventbrite. You can go to our website. We have it on Facebook. So please look us up. Please be a part. You will not regret it. We're going to have a lot of powerhouse women in the room, a lot of wonderful networking, and we're just really excited to be able to get together to start building some of these relationships that we need in order to move ourselves and our businesses forward. All right, ladies. So let me dig into the meat and potatoes of who we have on the show with us today.
Tell them, girl.
Tell us.
On the show with us today, we have the phenomenal Cheryl Williamson. Cheryl Williamson. Let me tell a little bit about Cheryl.
Tell us,
a nationally acclaimed multi-best-selling author, award-winning filmmaker and executive producer, transformational speaker, and success coach. Cheryl is a global leader who has successfully ushered 470 individuals into entrepreneurship. She is the CEO and founder of Williamson Media Group, LLC. And she has received multiple national and international media features and several leadership awards, and including one of Dallas Top 25 Women and one of the Female Success Factor Award recipients for 2016, 2017, and 2018. So here's the thing. I really could spend the whole hour talking about Cheryl and all of her accolades, but I'm going to let her speak for herself. She knows herself best. She's done the work. She's rolled up her sleeves, and we have a lot to learn from her. So without further ado, Cheryl, thank you for coming on to our show today. We are excited to have you a part of the Boardroom platform. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I gave an Easter speech. Welcome, 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 Cheryl. How are you today?
I am doing absolutely wonderful, and I am excited to be here today with you amazing ladies. Nothing speaks to my heart more than when I am on with phenomenal women doing amazing things unapologetically and intentionally to make impact on the world. So I'm excited, I'm ready. And I'm just, let's do it. Let's do it.
So Cheryl, let's start with this. Cheryl, you are a business mogul. You have the mindset, the drive, the intentionality, the tenacity. Tell us about how you even entered into that. It's like you had to literally shift gears, right? To go for it and claim what's yours. How did you just jump into that mindset and to be the person that you are today?
The beautiful thing is I'm actually a third generation entrepreneur. So my grandmother had her own hair studio as well as own property. So my father grew up watching his mother be an entrepreneur. My father has been in construction for 47 years. So as long as I've almost been alive, my father and my mother have taught me that I can have anything, I can do anything, I can be anything. My parents taught me that there are no glass ceilings. So I didn't spend my whole life trying to break a glass ceiling. I spent that time building, knowing that I could be anything. So with that drive and determination, it has allowed me to own several different businesses. I've owned Title Boxing Club franchises, 5 of them. One was in Denton. And the reason that I picked to talk about that to start out specifically is because I want to let women know that any opportunity that you think is valuable and viable and you want to get into it, because I have people say a boxing club, why would you as a woman get into a boxing club? Well, first of all, they didn't even have the wherewithal to look and see that it wasn't a boxing club. It was fitness using boxing. So I wasn't training boxers. And it was for me to build generational wealth for my children. So when they ask, well, how many do you all want to purchase instead of purchasing one? Because one is going to be for me to manage, and 5 will make me in a position to leave a legacy for my children. So I did that for a while, but then I realized if you're not operating in your gifts and in your calling, it's not going to work. So it wasn't that it didn't work for me. It's just I lost my passion for it.
Yeah.
And to me, when you get to a certain place in your life, if you're not passionate about something, it's not going to work. I don't care if it's the perfect opportunity and there's money coming in. You have to get beyond the money, because there may come a time where there is no money. And when you're passionate and your mind is transformed to win, you'll stick in there whether it's money or not. So after I went through the boxing club, I started writing books. And that is what is my heart's passion, my life's work. And when I realized that I could help others, I formed Cheryl Williamson, LLC. And that is 5 years ago. So you all know that most people say when you can get to the 5-year mark, really, if some people could get to the 2-year mark, but 5-year mark, Yeah. So I started Cheryl Williamson LLC in 2016. I started Williamson Media Group in 2018. And I've been asked why a media group, because I realized that I was writing on my vision board, I am a global media executive.
Yeah.
So I had to believe that. So I needed to be ready and stop getting ready. So I needed to form Williamson Media Group. So then I started taking the books, and I said, okay, some of these would be great stage plays. So it went from stage plays. I won executive producer for a play called Soul Purpose, which I did not write, but I did executive produce. Okay. And it launched the careers of a lot of people. After the stage play, then I moved into film. My first film was Illegal Rose, starring Jasmine Guy. I was the executive producer on that film. And then I'm happy to share with my sisters that my latest film that I executive produced is 20 Pearls, which is the Alpha Kappa Alpha documentary, which was nominated for an HBO Max Award. Wow.
Nice.
Sharing this in this format to let you see that anything and everything is possible if you believe in you.
Absolutely.
So, right? If you believe in you, it doesn't take everybody else, right, LaToya? If you
That's right.
You don't need permission from everybody else, Jacoy.
Oh, no.
Do we?
No,
we
exactly.
don't.
No, we don't. So, Miss Cheryl, let me just pause us right here for a second and just ask. So, with all that you have accomplished and in your own mind, I know sometimes we don't think of it being a realistic thing, but do you consider yourself a business mogul? And tell us why or why not.
I consider myself certainly a business mogul. And the reason that I say that is because I've been able to master one form of business and then turn it into 7 to 8 streams of income for myself and for those that are assigned to me. So business moguls bring other women along. And I can truthfully sit here and tell you that I have helped countless women learn about stocks, how to build generational wealth, how to do all kinds of things, take their books and turn it into plays. And I'll share a joke with you, but it's really the truth. My daughter, she said, Mom, I want to ask you a question. I said, what? She said, what's your next boss move? I said, baby, all my moves are boss.
Hey, let her know. All my moves are boss moves, baby. Don't get it twisted.
I said, all my moves are boss. So guess what? I'm having a t-shirt. It'll be on my website next week, because that's the thing. If I don't believe it, nobody else will.
Right.
Right? If I don't believe that I'm a boss, nobody else is going to believe it.
Yes.
And I don't just say it, I live it.
Yeah.
And as they say, I have receipts for it. So
I love that. I love that.
Yes,
oh my God.
I have the receipts
For
that
it.
clearly indicate that I have made an impact, not just for me, but for the women that, and I keep saying assigned,
Yes.
because the women who I work with, I know they are assigned to me, because assignments give you life.
Yes.
Attachments, hear me when I say this, attachments will drain the life from you.
Oh my gosh, that is good. Okay, listen, you have said a number of things, Cheryl. First of all, a legacy of entrepreneurship. That is something our community really needs to hold on to and really tap into. And then wealth building, those two things go hand in hand. That's what we need to start passing down. And one thing you talked about was your being an author. And I'm one of those people who I really want to hear what inspired you specifically, because a lot of people have everything is in their head and they don't know how to put it all on paper so that it resonates. What inspired you? What was that moment where you said, yes, I'm going to become an author and then build your media empire?
Pain.
Oh, okay.
Pain. And the reason that I'm saying this just so matter-of-factly is because I want people to know that even when you have all this success and all these awards and accolades, that there's still a level of pain that you can go through in your life. So my first book was written from a place of pain. I had some things that happened to me that it just totally took me out. And so what happened was I took out a notebook and I started writing down things that God would say to me about me. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are worthy. And so I wrote that down, and then I started posting it on Facebook. And people started saying, oh my God, I needed that. And so it went from there. And one day I was in the shower and the Holy Spirit said, it's time for you to write a book. And I said, well, where do I start? He said, go to Facebook and pull everything off that I've given you the past 18 months. And that's your book. And that's where it came from. And that book became a bestseller. It has sold, when I say thousands and thousands of copies, it's been featured at the NAACP conference, the Congressional Black Caucus, but it came from a place of pain. And so this is for my entrepreneurs who are listening to myself and my amazing sisters. Every day is not going to be great.
Yes.
Every day is not going to be great. But what you can do is take that pain or that thing that was supposed to take you out, and you can turn it into an empire, because that's what I did. I took what was supposed to totally destroy me and I turned it into a global media empire. So my sister, the books is what started this ball rolling. I believe in telling stories. I believe in helping people pull out their story. Because this I know, when you can tell a good story, truthful, a good story, it will open up opportunities for you. It will open doors. It will have you at tables that you didn't even realize that you were capable of being seated at. And
So Cheryl, let me say this, because if I were to summarize what you've said, there's really three things that I've heard is that you had a willingness to be transparent.
Absolutely.
You made sure that you were authentic. So transparency, authenticity, and then intentionality. If I had to summarize what it is that you just said, those are the three things that I heard. And I think for whatever reason, and I could be wrong, but I feel like for us as Black women, I think that those three areas are some of our biggest struggle points, because we don't typically want to be transparent, because if you're transparent, then you're viewed as someone who is weak. Like you said, you did a lot of this from a place of pain. And when you're authentic, sometimes people look at that as a place of weakness as well. But then in being intentional, that's the part where it's hard for people to follow through and follow up and to say whatever is mine, and I'm going to go forward. So would you agree to that those are really the three key things that have helped you to push yourself forward into the business mogul mindset that you have today?
They absolutely have. And it's also integrity.
Oh, yeah.
Integrity is a big thing for me. So intentionally being transparent, open, but doing it with integrity.
Yeah.
And so I'll just put this out here. Integrity, I have found in this environment right now, is a big issue for people. People don't follow through on contracts. People invoice you to death and do not deliver. In fact, very open and transparent. That's what I'm going through right now. And that's why it's got to be a better way. We got to come up with a better system where people can't bill you for work that they have not done, because there's no incentive to do the work.
Exactly.
And then it costs you out the wazoo to get a lawyer to get $5,000 back. And so we've got to become more filled with integrity when we deal with each other. From a perspective of being intentional, everything that we do, it should be with intention. When you decide that you're going to attend a meeting, it should not be just to walk around and give out business cards, because I'll ask people, what's our connection? That's the worst thing to me, to walk up to somebody and put your business card in their hand. First of all, I don't know anything about you, and you don't know anything about me. So what you have to do is, if I know I'm attending your mixer, I'm going to find out who's going to be there. And then I'm going to intentionally go look up information about LaToya so that I can have an intelligent conversation with her. LaToya, I saw you on the Boardroom. All that show on Black Friday sales was fabulous. So now LaToya wants to talk to me because I know something about LaToya. And it is very engaging for people When you attend an event, and especially if it's a speaker and you know something about them, because they're going to remember you. So intentionality, transparency is critical. And authenticity, I will tell you, will open doors for you. When you are open and honest with people, where you don't pretend that you know everything and you know everybody as soon as they say, oh, Beyonce, oh, I know Beyonce. Oh, Cindy B, oh, I know Cindy B. Just be quiet.
Cheryl, wait. Hold on. Cheryl, we got to go to commercial. You dropping the mic. Dropping the mic, Cheryl. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so listen, we got to go to a commercial break. Cheryl, please wait. We're going to go to a quick commercial break.
Okay.
I am so excited to continue this conversation. So you are with the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street, where you will always
have a seat at the table.
Let's keep the conversation going. It's the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated.
Do you own a business that recently suffered loss of employees, revenue, and customers? Are you leaving money on the table by not having an online presence? You could be missing out on hundreds, even thousands of dollars in sales each month. Establishing an online presence is what allowed many businesses to stay open, even thrive during a time of record unemployment. I'm Melinda Williams, actress and founder of She'sGotAHabit.com. Most people know me as Bird from the hit television series Soul Food, but I'm also a hardworking entrepreneur focused on helping others expand their business to include an e-commerce selling platform. I created She'sGotAHabit.com to empower women to achieve economic wellness and better health, mind, body, and soul. Head over to She'sGotAHabit.com and join our community. Connect with us and be inspired and motivated to build and grow your business today. It's time to build generational wealth. The future is now.
Tailor-Made Consulting Group is your partner when it comes to business consulting. We will provide your business with a variety of tools that can be used to accomplish day-to-day and long-term business goals and objectives. We have specialists that can assist your company with cloud services, digital marketing, business plan development, videography and photography services, business entity formation, search engine optimization, graphic design, web design, printing, and much, much more. We take pride in the relationships we build with our clients, the personalized services we provide our clients, and the results delivered to our clients. We are Google Cloud Partners, Google resellers, and Google certified to get you on the first page of Google. Visit TaylorMade Consulting Group at BeMyConsultant.com. Try our business scan tool and see your online visibility score for free. Or you can contact us with promo code BWWS for 1 hour of business consulting for free. Visit TaylorMade Consulting Group at BeMyConsultant.com. Again, check us out at BeMyConsultant.com.
Experience
today.
life beyond shea butter with Nappy and Happy Bath and Body products. Nappy and Happy is a premium organic bath and body brand specializing in vegan products infused with organic erotic butters and oils. With our handmade soaps, soufflés, luxurious lotions, body sprays, and more made for women and men. Nappy and Happy's Wet Whip Body Polish is infused with a skin-loving blend of Brazilian Cupuaçu butter straight from the Amazonian rainforest with our tropical organic mango butter scented with a delicate blend of orange blossoms and citrus notes that are dried down to a soft and powdery fragrant finish. If you're looking for something to pamper your body, we have exactly what you need. Experience life beyond shea butter with Nappy and Happy premium organic bath and body products. Available now at www.nappyandhappy.com.
You're inside the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated.
All right, you are back with the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated. This is your girl, Jacoy James Pugh.
And this is Latoya Barrow.
And this is Festina Quant, everyone. Welcome back to the Boardroom.
All right, we've been having a phenomenal conversation. We had to pump the brakes for a minute because Cheryl was sharing some major hot nuggets, but we've got a lot of people that are following us today on today's interview. Toya, who's out there? Let's do some shout outs really quick.
Let's do some shout outs real quick. All right, we have a Tammy Woodard from Fort Mill, South Carolina. All right, thank you for watching. We have a Miss Danette Brown from Los Angeles. Thank you for watching. All right, we have, we have a Contessa Irene right here in Dallas, Texas, come through. All right, we have, okay, Glenda Bell Cash is watching. She didn't put where she was watching from, but thank you for watching. No problem at all. We got Chris Jasper. Come through, Chris. That's our
I2I. Yes.
Yes. All righty. And last but not least, we have an Eric Holmes on the page too, watching.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for checking in. And please tag some of your friends. Let them know that we are here with the amazing Cheryl Williamson. And we want to continue this conversation. So, Cheryl, we were talking about transparency, intentionality, authenticity, but then also integrity. Yes. And so one thing that you said that is, which is really important, and this is a pet peeve of mine, is when we go to these networking events, you have these people that are literally on autopilot and they have their business cards and they're just kind of just shelling it around, you know, the room and just shoving it in people's faces. And you bring up a very valid point. It's like, what's our connection? You know, why are you putting this in my face? What's our connection? Do we even have a reason to do this? So I want to revisit that conversation, because you were really hitting on some key things there. And it's really important that people understand how to network, but then also how to properly build those business relationships. So Cheryl, pick back up on that, because you were really talking some good stuff.
Absolutely. So even from an investment standpoint, if I am going to invest to attend an event, I need to know why. What is my why? Am I going just to meet people, see people? So is it for business? What type of business? You need to be intentional about what it is that you want. Yeah. Why do you want to meet Jacoy? Is it to be on the boardroom? What is the purpose? And if that's the purpose, that's all well and good, but have one. To keep attending events just to attend, it makes no sense. It's like going to a conference and people take, oh my gosh, 10 pages of notes and they never do anything with it. Never do anything with it. It's the same thing with the conference. Stop attending all these conferences, but you have no plan and strategy of what the outcome will be. Because at the end of the year, when you go and you look at your event spending, if you spent $2,000 and you have nothing to show for it, hold yourself responsible, because you didn't have a plan and a strategy before you went. Now, as far as meeting people, going back to what my sisters have said, don't just run up to people and put your card in their hands and just no introduction, nothing. Yeah. That's to me the same thing as people inboxing you on Facebook saying, hey, I want you to be my mentor. You don't even know me. Right. And I'm I'm being as transparent as I can be. And it's not that I feel like, oh, I can't do it. The bottom line is I want people to really know that the best way to get a mentor or somebody to pay attention to you is to have a servant's posture.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I love that. I love that.
It's to have a servant's posture. What do you mean by that, Cheryl? That means that Cheryl, as CEO of 3 companies, would stop working for 3 days, pack up, go to Atlanta, put on an apron to serve Lisa Nichols, to have people come down the escalator and say, you're here serving? Yes, because I know the power of serving. Yes. I know the power of the greatest leaders are the greatest servers. Yes. But that also goes back to your original question of what you asked me. When you attend the event, find some way even to serve at that event. When you're having your event next week, people who are on here right now that want access to you, they should be contacting you right now saying, hey, ladies, how may I serve you? And I'm not talking about using people. I'm talking about letting people know what makes sense. Come serve these 3 ladies without asking for anything, because guess what? When you serve well, very rarely do you have to ask. They'll circle back around to you and say, you have served at 3 of our events. We didn't realize that you were CEO of XYZ company. We need to have you as a guest.
Yeah.
Done.
You don't even have to ask. These ladies ask you. So it's about being intentional. It's about being open. It's about not place in yourself where you think you're using people, because even when we don't call it out, we see it. And I want to address your, when you said about people see that as weakness,
yeah.
I have to say something about that. I have a very kind heart and a giving spirit. And people around me have said, oh, people sometimes see you as weak. I said, let me tell you something. I said, what they see is strength under restraint. No way am I weak. And the other part of that is, there's no need for me to address all of those things. When sometimes people come to you as a business owner, oh, you should say this. Why? That's distracting me from my purpose. That's distracting me from what I'm created to do. It's distracting me from continuing to have a boss mindset and make money. If my focus is on addressing every small little thing. So as we have to get away from that.
Oh, we sure do. Listen. Yeah, go ahead, Latoya.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. So talking about you being a business owner of 3 businesses, I want to talk about one of them in particular, Soul Reborn. That is your nonprofit organization. So tell us about it. How did this come about and who does it support?
Soul Reborn came about after I wrote a book called Soul Reborn. And I realized that so many women needed help. Disenfranchised, formerly incarcerated women. And so I just said, what can I do to help? And I just started. And where I started from was what I knew. I knew about entrepreneurship. I knew about leadership. I knew about books. I know how to find money and make money. So I started helping other women. So Soul Reborn was established to help women get a leg up, whether that's dress for success, interview skills. During the pandemic, Soul Reborn shifted. We fed over 10,000 frontline and essential workers during the pandemic. So Soul Reborn is about the soul. It's about connecting people. It's about speaking into people's heart, mind, body, and spirit. I'll never forget this doctor. After we fed them, I gave books as well. And the physician said to me at the hospital, he said, I have to tell you, you fed our bellies, but you also fed our souls with your books. And so Soul Reborn is about the renewing of the heart, mind, body, and spirit. Latoya, it is my life's work. It is why I live, breathe, and do the things that I do. Soul Reborn is the purpose of the other 2 companies, because when my Soul Reborn can't get the big funding that everybody else gets, my for-profit companies fund my nonprofit company. Because at the end of the day, I want the world to know that I made impact. I want to know that I made impact on the lives of women, that they can say, because Soul Reborn existed, I was able to share my story. I was able to see beyond the project that I'm living in right now, because this organization showed me that it was greater, and they taught me how to get to greater.
Okay, let me ask you this, Cheryl, because there's something about your being an author. And I keep going back to that because I know that there are a lot of women out there who want to write books. It's sitting in their spirit, because I can feel it. It may be in mine. So I want to ask you, how did you actually go with a publisher, or did you self-publish? And how do you kind of navigate between the 2 and figure out which option works best for you?
So I will say this, the first thing anybody needs to do is start writing.
Yes.
That's the first thing. It's just to start writing. And then after you do that, then you can look at the traditional route, which is to get a book deal. But I will say it takes a lot of prayer, and you have to know somebody. Okay. That's just it. I worked with a publisher on all of the books, an independent publisher, to self-publish my books, because as I told you, I'm big on numbers. And so the number in traditional publishing, when you get book deals, you have to pay back that money. And so with the independent publishing, I knew that my money was my money. So I paid to publish the book. And then when the book was published, I sell the book and all the money comes to me. So the fact that I want to be able to build generational wealth through these books, it leads me to stay as an independent publisher because I can control the money. Does that make sense?
Oh,
It makes so
much sense.
Yeah.
Control the money.
Yeah, control the money. So whoever is writing books, and I'll say this, some people may not be writing books for the money. They want to just tell a good story. I like both. I don't want to spend $2,000 to write a book and then have no money to show for it. I can't do anything with it. Now, that's just me. You're interviewing me. So that's the way I'm going to answer the question.
Yeah.
I do want to say books are a business. This is the part that people miss. Don't make the mistake of thinking that this is a game or it's cute because you made a book and your mother and your cousin bought a book. You need to have a plan, a marketing plan, and a strategy for you to be able to move thousands of books. Books are a business. Tell them to write that down and carry that very serious.
Right.
Books are a business.
Write that down.
Yes.
So Cheryl, let's
Books are
touch
a
on
business. And hey, you don't want the money, hire some people.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joy.
So here's what I wanted to kind of dig into. You know, with the Boardroom, this platform is about us being Black women, just unapologetically Black, right? And it's a platform that looks to challenge and disrupt the norm in the business world, giving a voice and permission to the Black female entrepreneur. So Cheryl, in your opinion, what is one way in which we as Black women should disrupt the norm in the business world?
We need to realize that we have to create tables for ourselves. And once we create those tables, we have to bring other people to the table. It's just no other way around it. Yeah. You have to do that. That's how we disrupt the atmosphere with our presence, because then you don't have to ask people for permission. No. You don't have to ask people, can you open the door for me? You open the door and you brought 15 other people behind you.
Yeah.
And that is how we change the narrative in corporations. That is how we change the narrative in boardrooms. But I have to address it. We have to also get to the place where we invite people to the table, that the focus is not removing the sister seat who brought you to the table.
Yes.
Right. Let's
just call it what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have got to get to the place where we believe in all the sisterhood and empowerment that we speak of, and realize that we are our sister's keeper. We are our sister, and that it is about collaboration, not competition. No, we can do more together than we can when we're trying to pull LaToya down, because she got to the vice president position. We need to be lifting LaToya up. We need to be praying for LaToya. We need to be cheering her on so that LaToya can bring us to the table.
Yeah.
So we got to realize that we have everything that we need. Everything that we need is in our hands in order to make impact on this world.
Together. Cheryl, thank you so much for that. I mean, again, you are just putting it out there. I mean, just unapologetically, you're bringing a lot of things to surface that we need to be talking about. We need to be having these conversations. We need to be changing the narrative, but we also, because some of us that looks different for some of us, and we haven't had examples of that. A lot of us need to be coached and how to do that. And so I appreciate you being that person willing to just share those nuggets, the insight and the advice, because I'm telling you, it has truly, the nuggets that you have dropped, I mean, you have dropped several mics for real tonight. And so we just really appreciate that. And so Cheryl, the thing I hate to say is that we are out of time. And I hate that, because I wish we had so much more time with you. So Cheryl, let's do this. Please tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, stay in contact with you, be it social media, your website. So please share with everybody the ways in which they can stay connected.
Absolutely. I have to say thank you first before I even say anything about myself. Thank you for this opportunity. I do not take it for granted. For people that want to follow me on social media, on Instagram is Cheryl PW Speaks, as well as on Facebook. My website is CherylPWilliamson.com, and I am the editor-in-chief of Cheryl Magazine. So get your copy if you want to hear inspirational stories about everyday women doing phenomenal things just like you. I dedicated this magazine to you. Inspiration for everyday women, CherylMagazine.com. Thank you so much, ladies. And I love, value, and appreciate who you are in this earth. And I look forward to seeing you do amazing things and bring other people to the boardroom.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining us, Cheryl.
All right, so you heard it here. Thank you, Cheryl. We appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you and having you to come back with us here at the boardroom, having a seat at the table. So again, tell people how they can get in contact with you, just really quick.
Cheryl PW Speaks on Instagram, Facebook, and my website, CherylPWilliamson.com, CherylPWilliamson.com. Thank you, ladies. Good night.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So this is the boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated, where you will always have a seat at the table.
Empowering Black women business owners. It's the boardroom.
If you love soul food the way I do, then Miss Mary's Southern Kitchen is where you want to go. Their new location is at 605 North Denton Tap and Highway 121 in Coppell, Texas. Not in the mood to cook dinner? Then place your order at www.missmaryssouthernkitchen.com or drive through on your way home. That's right. Miss Mary's Southern Kitchen has the only drive-through window for soul food in Dallas. Whether you're dining in or using their drive-thru, you can order their fried chicken or catfish. You can't forget about their sides like collard greens, candied yams, and the best mac and cheese ever. And Miss Mary's desserts are made from scratch, and you want to try her butter cake. It's worth breaking your diet for. Let Miss Mary's Southern Kitchen make dinner for your family tonight or cater your next event. Order at www.missmaryssouthernkitchen.com or use the drive-thru at their new location at 605 North Denton Tap Road and Highway 121 in Coppell. That's Miss Mary's Southern Kitchen.
You've been looking for fabulous eyewear. Look no further. I Do Eyewear has fashionable optical quality eyewear at a price that allows you to have several pairs to complement your style choice of the day or moment. I Do Eyewear provides fashionable and affordable optical quality eyewear and sunglasses with impeccable customer service while also contributing and giving back to our community. We believe everyone should look stylish, glamorous, funky, or fantastically unique without it costing a fortune. Our mission is dedicated to those committed to fashion or who want to be. We accept flexible spending, healthcare accounts, and we also have a program where we'll mail you some frames to try on before making your final selection. The first thing people see when they look at you is your eyewear or sunglasses, so you might as well show up with your strong eyewear game. Contact us at www.idoeyewear.com or call us 1254-EYEWEAR. That's 1254-EYEWEAR. We look forward to framing you.
It's time for the Beauty and Brains Spotlight with LaToya and Faustina.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now today on our Beauty and Brain segment, we have Kimberly Montgomery with the Cotton Candy Factory, and Candy is with a K. They are a family-owned and operated full retail location with an array of 20 flavors of cotton candy. So they'll be sure to have something to satisfy your sweet tooth. This cotton candy has an eat now or save later concept that's served in a seal-proof container. You can visit the Cotton Candy Factory at the Grapevine Mills Mall or online at www.thecottoncandyfactory.com. Remember that candy is with a K and not a C. Now, if you want your business to be spotlighted on Beauty and Brain segment, go to our website, www.blackwomen'swallstreet.org/the boardroom and submit your business today. This is your girl, LaToya from the Boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street, Inc., where you will always have a seat at the table.
All right. So amazing guest. Yet another one.
That was so good.
She was so good.
I mean, it just flowed effortlessly. Her energy, her enthusiasm. I mean, Cheryl is just the bomb.com, y'all.
It really is.
Yeah. And like she
looking forward to seeing what they're going to have coming up in her businesses, especially her magazine. I need to get a hold of that.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah. And think Mogul. We have to start thinking of the boardroom first, and then think about being a mogul and having not just your empire, but fempire, as Latoya likes to say. That fempire, ladies. Yeah, and get your thoughts on paper. And remember, writing a book, publishing a book is a business. And if you don't want the money, go hire people who do. And
absolutely.
Right? Invest in people, right, Jacoy?
Absolutely. So really quick, as a reminder, Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated, we are having the Ultimate Networking Mixer happening on Saturday, September 25th. And that's going to be on the showroom floor of Park Place Motor Cars in Arlington, Texas. You can get tickets, go to our website. You can go onto Eventbrite. You can go into a number of different places, but make sure you get your ticket and be in the room to increase your net worth by networking with some amazing ladies. We also have in October, Saturday, October 23rd, there is our inaugural Black Tie Gala. That too will be on the showroom floor of Park Place Motor Cars in Arlington. And that is going to be celebrating the ladies who have completed the Idea to Inception program, which is our flagship program of Black Women's Wall Street Incorporated. So another opportunity, fundraising event, opportunity to celebrate those ladies, and again, to network and just have a really good time. And so Toya, really quick, let people know how they can get in contact with us and stay in contact with us.
Absolutely. So, of course, our website, www.blackwomenswallstreet.org/The Boardroom. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Boardroom Radio Show, on Twitter at Boardroom_radio, and then on LinkedIn at The Boardroom Radio.
Yeah. So next week, we're going to have another phenomenal guest. We're really excited. Next week, we're going to be talking about mental health and the importance of mental health for us as Black women in business, because we need to be whole inside and out. So it's time for us to switch gears and have that conversation about ways in which we can be whole on the inside so that we can continue building our fempires. Right, Toya?
Yes, that's right, y'all. So I'm excited about next week. I'm excited about our upcoming events, y'all. We just got so much going on. I'm so excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with, as we come to an end, another great week, another great guest with Cheryl. Thank you again for being a part, Cheryl. We just appreciate you. And this is the end of the boardroom for this week, but please be sure to tell more and more of your friends. Let them know that we are here and that we are here to give a voice and permission to the Black female business owners. So thank you for joining us here at the boardroom with Black Women's Wall Street Inc., where you will always have a seat.
Always
at the table.
A seat at the table.